Marth with perfect spacing is still worse than Lucina. And that is a take. I think you would have to debate that one. Because I think like a Marth that hits every single tipper like might be top 1, but that's just not possible. Like Task Marth, crazy.
I feel like the thing is, I feel like Task Marth wouldn't even hit every tipper because you can't.
Yeah, it's just
you
not
have
possible.
to predict what the opponent is doing to make that happen. There's no amount of movement that's going to make every tipper hit. That being said...
What about my movement, though?
So true. When I see last on the sticks, things get different.
Devin as well, calling from the production booth, just making sure that everybody knows that his Marth is
notable
nasty.
people behind the desk aside, you know? It's mostly the people who enter bracket we don't see do it. That being said, now stuck at the ledge, Lucas trying to get off, and we're going to see a lot of that rope snake, very safe on shield, and also a pretty decent combo starter if you have the cancels online.
Yeah, and the Dolphin Slash, not the best tool. It does hit above ledge, so it is nice for against some characters to prevent those 2 frames, but Lucas, that down smash is big and invincible, and so there's nothing you can do about that, not to mention that it lasts 3 to 4 hours.
Yeah, you got to check your watch on that one for sure. That being said, the tipper sending him out. Potential opportunity here and just misses the F smash.
No, that was drift back from Stixer. That was really smart. He drifted forward to bait the F smash for him to push the button, and then drifted back immediately so that it didn't hit him.
Absolutely, yeah. Trying to, again, that tipper spacing, right? If you're Lucina, you don't even have to worry about that. You dash forward F smash just to make sure that you get it. And we're seeing, again, it's those little things that make Marth a little bit more challenging and open up opportunities like we just saw for you to get back in situations where perhaps Lucina could have just checkmated it.
And it's just slowly getting worse for 13 as well as the game goes on because he's just not getting into those effective ranges against Stixer. Stixer has too many big options that Marth is having trouble dealing with, especially the Snake, especially the PK Fire. And then these nairs too, they come through, they drag you down to the ground, and they put you in a bad spot. Ooh, really nice mix around the ledge. The down smash doesn't do the job this time, so 13 is going to live a little bit longer, gets an opportunity for an edge guard there, but it's presented on a silver platter, and he just watches the waiter walk by with it.
Getting a little antsy off the ledge now. Stixer found jumping in disadvantage, and Marth catches that every single time, and we talked about the burden of the tipper. How about the benefit? That forward air on Lucina definitely would not have killed.
And when they hit, they do hit.
Yikes.
Yeah, had to pop the early Dolphin Slash to try and avoid getting sent out because the jump was already burned. Kind of a catch-22 there. Not many people are making it back past that.
Yeah, it's like finding that perfect moment where you can use the iframes on Dolphin Slash to go through the PK Thunder and still get back. I like the idea because that is how you do it, but just a little bit of a miss on the timing. That being said, the tech chase coming out. What is that?
My God.
No, I take back everything I said. That's the GOAT.
Lucina's better.
That's the GOAT.
Lucina's not better than Marth.
Yeah. What was
Devin,
that?
just show me that replay. Please.
Yeah.
Just that one. Here we go.
We got it.
So it comes back on stage. What was the starter?
It was like an up air.
No, it was Dare. Okay, so Dare popped him onto the platform, non-tipper up air, non-tipper back air, and then just charges the shield breaker, gets the tipper on that one. Just wow. And hey, actually, guess what? The non-tippers were better than the tippers there because the actual tipper hits of both the Dare...
Yeah, would have sent too far.
They would have sent too far away for that to set up. So you know what?
That's so sick.
Everything that we said is wrong.
Getting that off the back air drift too is actually so raw.
Look at this one more time too.
And that was the tipper up air as well to send that high. You panic. You panic. As soon as you see him charge neutral B, you're in uncharted territory.
And those hurt to get hit with too in a game one. This is winners round 2 of Wave D. You get hit by that by your first game of the day. This is Stixer's first match of the day.
Yeah.
He just got to the venue, got told he's playing on stream against some Marth.
Some Marth, yeah.
And then you get hit by that.
You're like, guys, that is not some Marth.
Something's wrong
That's
too.
That's the GOAT. We're flagging a TO.
Hey, is what he just did to me, is that allowed?
Yeah. It was like, did you guys see that? Are you allowed in the venue still? That's messed up.
Can we kick him out?
It's disrespectful. It's rude.
Something's against like the sportsmanship terms of service there.
Can you imagine if there was like a don't body people too hard terms of service?
So many people would be banned.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. I think, no, but when you're talking about like pools matches being fun, what other matchup do we see something like that happen?
Some
you know
of my
what I mean?
favorite
like,
clips, like full stop in any Smash tournament, are like 2-2ers.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're built different.
I don't like the top 50 versus random 2-2er matches.
No,
I like the
it's
2-2er
lame.
versus random 2-2er matches.
That's how you know it's gonna be fire. I think 2-2ers are the perfect blend of like having some crazy combos and tech skill, but then also having a bad enough advantage state to get hit by the crazy combos and stuff like that.
And they just make the wrong decision. And that, like,
it's so beast though. It's
like,
so beast.
That really is the thing that separates somebody who's like getting like top 16 at their locals from somebody who goes like 1-2, 2-2 every week. It's that decision making. They're usually around equivalent in terms of actual tech skill and in terms of actual like what they do in the game.
Yeah, you're right.
It's just like they're doing the wrong thing more often.
That's what they
Speaking of the wrong thing, this could be dead.
Yikes.
No jump here.
Yeah, you just let him fall. Don't even risk letting him get back. Star answering back early, and honestly, the person who was in control of most of that last game, just having it slip at the very end. So,
I mean, you died at what, 20?
Yeah,
from the
when you got hit with the tech chase, yeah. Oh, a little bit of greed, and unfortunately, Star unable to capitalize. That being said, back in neutral and now trying to find your way through Marth's sword, the PK Fire. Doing just good enough. The ledge pressure, though. 13 trying not to let this one get out of hand.
Gotta get this stock almost ASAP. Not quite able to do it with the Dolphin Slash. Should be able to do it. Oh, not fair. Instead, up air to try and reset the situation, but Stixer gonna be able to get back up. Anyway, the rising up air, yeah. FD, tall top ceiling. Ooh, and good mix on the movement with the PK Fire right side so that you get sent left.
Oh, nice!
Drop down counter. I've been waiting to see that this set. That is the anti-Lucas, anti-Ness Supreme.
Yeah, it's one of the few times that move's useful. Checkmating people off stage. That being said, the double rope snake setting Marth deep off stage. The mix-up, a little bit of a stall.
These back airs are scary. I'm like terrified of one hitting below ledge and then just getting a kill for no reason.
It's making me nervous. It's making me nervous, I won't lie. I'm waiting for the day he lets a down air rip. Because we're seeing 13 a lot of the time just kind of float around that like 45-degree angle below the stage. It's definitely run off down air territory, and unfortunately, no down air necessary. The up B not reaching.
Did up B just not grab ledge there? That was so weird.
It was below. Didn't go far enough.
I thought for sure Magnet Hands would have reached from there. Oh, I just saw it again. Yeah, he just was too low. I, for some reason, was like convinced that Magnet Hands would have grabbed there, and I was shocked that he died.
No, it was pretty low. That being said, snakes through the counter, and now 13 back off stage. Bit of commitment with the side B as well.
That's the extra layer of counterplay that Lucas gets to play with is his up B, the PK Thunder 2 goes so far, you can try and angle yourself to like hug the bottom of the stage.
Oh.
And if you end up behind the countering swordsman, the counter won't hit you. It'll just freeze them there for a second.
Yeah, and then it actually puts them in disadvantage, which is a tough spot to be in. And again, we're seeing these air dodges right past the ledge where that down tilt or that the down air is going to come through, or sorry, not the down tilt, but the forward tilt angled down. I would love to see a call out on that air dodge with a down air, because it has been happening consistently, and I think there's opportunity there for Star. If not in this game, in the next game, right?
I like how much Stixer's A-landing stuff, though. Every single time he gets hit away, he just immediately pops like that up air or something along those lines.
Nice.
Dead for sure, though.
We gotta have a conversation if it's Stixer or if it's a Star.
I like Stixer.
Okay,
I think Stixer sounds cooler.
We'll stick with that. I want the chat to know I thought about it, though. All right.
Maybe it's just like sir.
Sir.
There's no vowels in this word.
I love that for us. Right, Fair's at the ledge. The next one will do it. 13 able to find his way.
No.
Does Tipper
will kill here.
Will it kill here?
It will.
You lose like that twice. Twice you lose like that. Why? That's devastating.
Goodness gracious, oh me, oh my.
Can we go to the last stock? This is that. We gotta go. We gotta go. This is panic. This is.
Please.
This is panic.
Please.
This is alarm bells ringing. This is.
No.
No. That's nightmare.
Wait.
That's nightmare. That's.
Oh, poor Stixer.
Oh no, that's a problem.
Poor Stixer. And I was going to talk about it in between game 1 and game 2, but between game 2 and 3, it's also very pertinent that in situations like these, you got to have that goldfish memory. You can't be thinking about that going into game number 3, except to just avoid it and not get hit by it again. But if that is lingering in your mind, like, oh, I should have won game 1. Oh, I should have won game 2. Like, shouldn't even be in this situation. So stupid. I hate this. Like, all those extraneous thoughts, they just get in the way of playing your game, of executing your game plan. So I hope for Stixer's sake that he's able to just lock back in and not let it happen again. But, you know, 13 being 2 for 2 on those.
And I know both of us do have like a bit of a mental background, especially in the context of games like this, but man, that's losing 2 games in that fashion is the type of thing that'll make you want to quit the game, especially against a character like Marth, who's you're like, this is not even real.
I'm giving the advice from the comfort of the commentary booth, but if that was me on the stage,
full tilt.
I would have unplugged and said, all right, you got it, man.
Like.
Hey, it's a 2-0. I know it's a best of 5, but you can win 2-0.
You got it. Yeah. I'm going to get back in the booth. Oh, and that dare I was talking about, decided to let it rip. Not the situation that we are looking for, but I like the idea. It shows that he's thinking about it.
Looking for some kind of landing nair there to set up. And
oh, that should be it.
No, he is able to float with the side B. Just gets that like little rise on the initial side B one. So
I thought we'd see a little bit more of a commitment.
But is dead.
All good. And you know, like this is how Stixer thought these were going. You know what I mean? Like this is the ideal.
This is still cheesable.
This is when everything has gone right. Everything's according to plan. We're all good. We know this one. We know this one.
Like 2 nice little edge guards.
Yeah, it's a rinse repeat. This is what you talked about with your coach. And you're like, this is how we said it was gonna go.
Should be a stock here if you can get out in position, but you just wasted on the down smash. A little ill-advised there, but you know what? If it hit, it would have been cool, and that's all you can say.
I feel like that's the motif that won the last 2 games, so I'm hard pressed to not disagree.
Yeah, it's hard to fight 13 on these because it's worked more often than it hasn't, and we freaked out about it. So, like, you know what? If you want to go for those, be my guest.
If you guys want to be the hero of stream, anytime you think, but it would be so cool if it hit, just go for it. That's how you become the people's champ. The people don't want you to know that.
That's how I became a 1-2er.
I'm not saying it's good advice. I'm saying if you want to be the people's champ, that's the advice.
There you go. The 1 stock down on the road to redemption. 13 could get an early one here if he gets set up in the right spot on the corner, but it looks less and less likely the more that Stixer starts hitting these. But again, I'm reticent to count 13 out at any point now, given what we've seen in the first 2 games.
Absolutely.
The scarier thing too, Nurse, is that Stixer has to do this not just once, but 2 times after that, with that living in the back of his head.
It's like this omnipresent, it's almost like the sleep paralysis demon. You're just thinking about it and you're like, no, man, not again.
Even if Stixer wins this set, I think he's gonna wake up in like cold sweats tonight about that shield break, about that shield breaker, rather.
Absolutely. It's so like not real. It just feels bad.
You know what that means? Full rage.
Comeback season.
Stuff's gonna kill earlier.
Yeah, that being said, you know, there are a ton of kill confirms that Marth has in situations like these. Potential, like, weak up airs into strong aerials are some of the things that you can get.
Weak nair into strong fair, too, could have been really nice. Just didn't get the tipper on the fair, but the
that
tipper on the
said,
F tilt. Oh, God.
This is losable.
Oh, God,
I don't want it to be, but Stixer, get this one for me.
In 2 straight games, Stixer has lost his position, and it might be happening again. Panic! 13's able to get the tipper hit on the dancing blade.
Okay. That could have been a back throw. That could have been it. Stixer, though, back in neutral.
Okay.
We're okay. Breathe.
And everything is fine. The Stixer fans around the world can take a sigh of relief.
And the forward air hurt around the world.
And look, his hands are shaking.
We need this. We need this. This is just advice. this is not nothing to do with the clip, but we're just breathe.
Take a deep breath.
Breathe.
You've been here before.
You got it. You got it.
Everything will be all right.
You can do it. You can do it. It's fine. You've been winning. You've been winning. The neutral's been fine.
That's the big thing, is that in every single one of these games so far, despite the fact that the scoreboard reads 2-1 in 13's favor, Stixer has won all of these games up until the last moment.
Yeah, absolutely. This is the crisis averted moment.
He did almost get reverse 3-stocked at the end, though.
It was bad. I was starting to not believe. If the Dolphin Slash at the ledge had hit, that it could have been grim. It could have been. That being said, we now have a platform to play with, so the advantage stay a little bit less strong for Lucas, and a couple more places for Marth to go, especially with that strong tech chasing ability off the platform.
Ooh, that early up B ill-advised. Can have some trouble getting back. The Dolphin Slash hitting through the stage, though. Ooh. Just in time. Dashes back and then rolls away to get away from the snake grab. I like this positioning from Stixer, though. He's just not giving 13 any free real estate at the ledge. Air dodge in there was a little bit risky. If he delayed that side B4 anymore, it could have been the tipper hit, but it was not to be.
Yeah, and there is a way to make that more consistent if you do delay on those final hits.
Yeah, it's the bump, 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 bump.
Yeah. You got a little song for it. You know how it works. That being said, the jump expended, and 13 again losing this stock first, and I would love to tell you that it means something last. I would love to tell you that there's some omen, some relevancy to this, but we've seen the only stock that matters in this matchup is the very last one.
I'll take a game 5. I'd be happy with that.
I'll take a game set. Emergency best of 7?
Maybe not. We would like to run on time here, and Stixer attempting to help us do just that. He's like, hey, I know you guys got a schedule to upkeep, so let me get in here. Let me complete this reverse 3-0 as fast as I damn well can. 3 stocks to 1 right now. It would have to be another reverse 3-stock. 13 gets it started with the Dolphin Slash out of shield,
nice.
And then a back air on the get-up off ledge. The tipper connects, and the stock goes away. This is how it starts, Nurse.
You know, for the most part, for 13, the tippers have been connecting in the situations where they need them to. You know what I mean? Like, there haven't been too many situations where I'm like, oh, if you were Lucina, that would have killed. They got across the board, making decent use of Marth, but the dump caught there, and Star, another sigh of relief, and I think as these games go further and further, this is why you play a best of 5.
Absolutely. If this were most other majors, the set would have been over and done with. Stixer probably also would have left the venue, not played in losers.
That's a DQ. We're gone.
You lose 2 straight games like that in a best of 3 and you go home. That's how it goes. But instead, he's able to compose himself. He's able to take that deep breath that you talked about, Nurse, and he's able to push us to this game 5. We're running it back to Hollow Bastion one last time. That's counterpick stage for Marth. Might not be exactly what he needs, though, if he keeps getting into these situations at ledge and off stage. He just keeps getting caught by these edge guards, gets jump taken away, and then tumbles down into the blast zone.
Yeah, and I was gonna say the first 2 games, he did quite a good job of making sure that jump stayed online and just eating the PK Thunder if he had to. We saw that was one of the first times, one of the few times that PK Thunder really connected and made a difference. So perhaps a timing thing that Star has noticed that 13's gonna have to adapt to.
It's that run up tilt, though, has a juggle opportunity with the burnt air dodge, but instead can't get underneath the platform fast enough. And so Stixer's going to be able to land to safety, gets that snake out as well, and we're in the Lucas zone right now, I would say. I'm kind of surprised to see Stixer going so aggressively with the aerials when you have so many range options that Marth just doesn't have any option but to shield and run away from.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think a lot of the neutral wins have come off of either reversals or rope snake, the occasional PK fire, but you know, I feel like we haven't seen a very traditional zoning game.
Oh, he kept his jump.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. He's been doing that all set. He's been doing a good job.
I saw the startup of up B right before the PK Thunder connected him, and I thought he burnt his jump, but it was just the up B instead. That was really smart from 13.
And unfortunately, the weak hit of the up air means that is not going to kill, but opportunities here. As Star finds himself off stage, the double nair, just good enough. And 13, the first lead we've seen all set, 15% added on. The parries start coming out. Where did this confidence come from?
By the way, nobody's grabbed yet in this set.
I don't need that.
I don't think either one of them. I just like have been thinking of it, and I'm thinking back.
Yeah.
They're just like very comfortable in shield.
You're kind of right.
even with the tether grab that Lucas has, like he'd rather snake dash instead of standing grab.
Wait, dude, 13's on. These parries nowhere to be found in games 1 to 4, but game 5, just good enough, believing. And now this is where we're seeing this mid-range game, but 13 trying to push Star to the corner, and unfortunately the parry not quite good enough on the punish.
Well, the parry was perfect. It was just the dash through after, expecting Stixer to drift right, but Stixer just stays in place, and so 13 overshoots, and 13 getting shot here. You're down, but you're not out. You're able to get back to the ledge and just be alive, and that's all that you can ask for after that sequence gets done onto you.
All right, PK Thunder out, jump expended. You're gonna get back.
Beautiful recovery by 13. The high air dodge, the drift back, and then the Dolphin Slash. It's Nair 1, up tilt, both tippers.
Yeah, and that's a recovery mix-up we haven't seen before, that air dodge up. So saving it for this game 5, the perfect situation. That's the time you want to spend those because they are punishable, but if your opponent's not expecting it, good opportunities. Down tilt into the forward tilt. Tried and true kill confirm. Now it's on 13. How do you find this final stock? Trying to go for the parry, I would assume, but unfortunately not finding it, and these punishes.
You gotta stop trying to side B off.
Yeah, just up B.
That's the second straight time that he's gotten the parry and then been unable to follow up after the Dolphin Slash is good, but it's not good enough as now this extra credit just continues to build until there. No tech means that you can just run up tilt, secure the stock, but you might not be able to secure your place on this stage or in winner's bracket unless Stixer turns around by mistake and gives you a free ticket right back to the stage.
Opportunity comes calling. Does 13 answer? Holding center stage now. Catching Stixer, that jump expended, trying to create this wall in the center of the stage. The rope snake can't break through it.
The movement from Lucas trying to be ambiguous is Stixer, but he's just not quite able to get the space until then. He gets on the ground, he gets that grab, 13 set so deep, has the jump, and the Dolphin Slash hits above ledge to get through the onslaught of down smash. We're almost perfectly even here, only about 12% separate them. That's as close as it can get with the lightning kick. It's basically an aerial smash attack. 13 cannot afford to take another one of those. They're both rolling, they're both stressed.
Going to the ledge wisely, just retreating, the roll on, not the option you see every time. Is that enough? It is!
The reverse 3-0 is complete. Stixer going to be moving on, avoiding the upset, avoiding the heartbreak that would have come from losing the set in that fashion. Instead, it's 13, captured the hearts of the viewers, I believe, with their antics in the first couple games, but going to be advancing in losers rather than winners. Congratulations to both of them, though, because I think they've both earned some... Is Ganondorf?
Actual Ganondorf?
I was like in the middle of my diatribe there. I was thinking about it, and I got stunlocked by that.
Oh, and this is so good, too. If we actually go back on this, we see so many times that that Marth really loves to just jump around this like kind of space right here where you're trying to set up a fair, you're trying to set up a neutral air, and trying to like get Lucas to commit to something. You see that, and we see again you're getting used to Stixer fading back with either like a side B or a rope snake and trying to play that like mid-range game. So instead, he decides to run up forward, overshoot a little bit, and just let that forward air rip, and catching him sleeping a little bit because we've seen that jump so many times. And if you ever watch Marth, Lucina, any of those characters,
they always love that.
That jump is, that's the bread and butter.
The full hop fastball,
yeah. Or even the short hop out of the corner. So I really like just noticing that like right here, you have this like space where you can come and overshoot a little bit and just find the stock. I think those are those little moments where you're like, okay, I'm a character that's a little stubby, that doesn't have a disjoint, that maybe doesn't approach super well like Lucas. How do I find myself kind of getting in here, overshooting, and finding those opportunities where you don't expect me to swing?
Well, and one of the biggest concepts, especially in those late game scrambles that we like to talk about, is the straight hit